Somebody who is elder, can the John Nation be proud to have such an ambitious project? I do believe that with our discipline, with our determination, we will not just achieve this project, but we will earn our honor in the Committee of Nations in this country.
We'll go on a short break and be back with business news. Please stay tuned. If you're just joining us, this is Biscon Television News segment. And now for the business news. Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, said it has revived its liquidation activities and greatly increased its debt recovery rate, leading to the declaration of 100% liquidation dividends to uninsured depositors of over 20 deposit money banks in liquidation. Managing Director, Chief Executive, NDIC, Bello Hassan, stated this at the opening ceremony of the 2023 NDIC Editors Forum held in Lagos. Hassan said the corporation introduced a single customer view (SCV) framework that has enhanced the speedy payment of insured sums to depositors of closed banks. He said NDIC has enhanced collaboration with the bar and bench, leading to speedy prosecution and more informed judgments on failed bank cases. Hassan said this also included the resolution of long-drawn cases of closed banks such as Fortune and Triumph banks in liquidation, and have as well equally put in place policy and framework for out-of-court settlement, which had enabled the corporation to resolve some hitherto protracted failed bank litigations. Yes, you're still watching Biscon TV News. Up next is Foreign News. Join us again. On the foreign segment, North Korea fired an intercontinental ballistic missile that has a range to hit anywhere in the United States, said South Korea and Japan, marking its second launch in hours as Pyongyang condemned a US-led show of force as war moves. The missile has the potential to travel more than 15,000 kilometers, meaning it can reach anywhere in Japan and the mainland United States. Japan's Parliamentary Vice Minister of Defense Shingo Miyake has said. South Korea's National Security Council said it was a solid fuel intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM, labeling the launch a destabilizing act that ignored international warnings and multiple UN Security Council resolutions. President Yoon Suk Yeol had ordered the upgrading of the effective operation of nuclear deterrence by South Korea and the United States, it added. Coinciding with the North's fifth ICBM launch of the year, China and North Korea held a high-level meeting in Beijing on Monday. Beijing, which is Pyongyang's closest ally, reaffirmed a commitment to deepen cooperation and said discussions covered issues of common concern without elaborating. Former President Jacob Zuma has denounced the governing African Nation Congress Party and announced that he would vote for a newly formed political formation in South Africa's general election next year. Zuma, who was president of the ANC from 2007 to 2017, said that he's backing the newly formed Umkhonto Wesizwe Party that is named after the ANC's now defunct military wing, which was disbanded after the liberation struggle. Zuma, 81, called on other South Africans to vote for the new formation, saying it would be a betrayal to vote for the ANC of President Cyril Ramaphosa. The country's general election scheduled for 2024 is expected to be highly contested because the ruling ANC, which has governed the country since Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first democratically elected leader in 1994, faces a myriad of challenges. Recent polls have suggested that the ANC could for the first time garner less than 50% of the national vote in next year's election and may need to form a coalition government to remain in power. Briefing journalists in Johannesburg, Soweto Township, Zuma described his decision as part of rescuing the ANC. Up next is sports news. Stay tuned, please. Welcome back. On the sports segment, Manchester City will play FC Copenhagen in the Champions League last 16, while Arsenal will take on Porto. After finishing top of both their respective groups, Holder City will travel to Denmark and the Gunners will make the trip to Portugal for the first legs in February. They are the only two British sides involved in the knockout rounds after Manchester United, Newcastle and Celtic exited at the group stage. Harry Kane's Bayern Munich will face Lazio, while Jude Bellingham's Real Madrid